Your website looks fine, the design is neat, nothing is obviously broken, and still the clients and the sales are not coming in. When that happens, the problem is almost never the thing people assume it is, which is how the site looks. There are 5 places where clients quietly leak out of a website, and I'm going to take you through all 5 in order that tends to surprise people. We design and build websites for a living, and a fair bit of my week goes on looking at sites that are not performing and working out why. It is the same 5 things over and over. Someone lands on your homepage. 5 seconds later, can they tell what you sell, who you sell it to, and whether you are the right fit for them? A surprising number of good-looking sites fail that. They open with a line about crafting experiences that inspire, which reads beautifully and says nothing. The visitor is left to work the business out from the photographs, and most will not stay long enough to bother. The fix costs you nothing. Near the top of the page, in plain words, say what your business does and who it is for. Naming the thing you sell and the customer you sell it to beats a clever line every time. There is a second reason this matters more than it used to. When someone asks an AI to recommend a business like yours, it reads your site much the way a customer does, and it cannot recommend you for something you never said. Open your website on your phone and time how long it takes before you can read something. Most people will look at your site on a phone at some point, and a page that loads instantly on a desktop can behave very differently on mobile. That gap is where a lot of business is lost, because nobody sends you a message to say your site was slow. They go back to the search result and click your competitor instead. If your own test runs past about 3 seconds, you have found a leak. The usual culprits are enormous images and a pile of plugins nobody has reviewed in years. If a visitor lands on your website and likes what they see, what do you want them to do next? If you're not sure, they will not be either. It is remarkably common to find a site that explains the business rather well and then simply leaves the person standing there with a contact link in the top corner and nothing else. Every page wants one obvious next step, and ideally the same one throughout. Whether that is booking a call, asking for a quote, or adding something to a basket. People do not always choose the best business. They choose the one they can trust the most, and those are not always the same business. Your visitor has never met you. They cannot see your premises, your team, or your track record, so they judge you on whatever you put in front of them, and most sites put adjectives there. Established, experienced, passionate. Every competitor uses the same words, so none of them count for anything. What counts is proof, real reviews with real names on them, a piece of work with the outcome attached, the faces of the people who will answer the phone. And put that proof where the decision is being made, right next to the thing you are asking them to do. Your website might not be the problem. The real issue could be that nobody is finding you at all. Open a private browsing window and search the way a customer would, using their words rather than your company name. That might be the service and the area you cover, or the product itself, whatever someone types when they have no idea you exist. If you are nowhere on that first page, the website is not your first problem, and what to do about it depends on what you sell. When your customers are nearby, your Google Business Profile does more of the heavy lifting that most owners expect, and optimizing it is a good place to start gaining visibility. This is quicker to do than implementing SEO on your website and gains you real visibility. When you sell products, it is usually the product pages themselves. If they care a little more than a name, a price, and a one-sentence description, start by adding in more detail here, using the words a customer would search for. So there are the 5 areas you could be losing results. Can a visitor tell what you do? Does your site load quickly on a phone? Is there one obvious next step? Is there real proof? And can anyone find you in the first place? The part worth holding on to is this. A website that is not bringing in clients rarely needs throwing away. Nearly always it is a few specific leaks, and every one of them can be fixed. Looking good is the starting point, not the finish line. The rest is fixable.